Curiosity often starts with questions, but it is important to ask meaningful and thoughtful ones that will not get you in trouble. Let's dive straight into the story. The warm smell of roasted corn filled the air as villagers walked around Kuta market. It was Friday afternoon, and Fifi was busy helping her mother, Mama Ijoma, pack up their vegetable store. Hurry, Fifi, we must leave before sunset, Mama Ijoma said, glancing nervously at the shadows. Fifi frowned. Mama, why does everyone rush out of the market before sunset on Fridays? And why can't we come here on Saturdays? Her little brother Prosper tugged at her arm. It is because of the market spirits, Fifi. They don't like people coming here on Saturdays. Fifi rolled her eyes. You believe everything, Prosper. Spirits don't buy or sell. What would they do in a market? Mama Ijama's voice cut through the air, sharp as a blade. Enough, Fifi. This isn't about what you believe. It is about following the rules. No one comes to the market on Saturdays, and that's final. But Mama, no buts. Mama Ijoma snapped. Her voice softened as she added, years ago, a trader tried to defy the rule. He disappeared, Fifi. His family waited, but he never came back. What happened to the trader? Was it just a coincidence? Or is there a darker force at work in Kuta market? The next morning, Fifi sat outside their hut, staring at the basket of unsold yams. The family had been struggling since the rain ruined part of their harvest. She knew they wouldn't have enough money to pay the debts they owed to the village chief. Mama, Fifi began hesitantly. What if I sell the leftover yams today? Just a few hours in the market and... Mama Ijoma cut her off. Her voice was low and firm. Fifi, I told you, no one goes to Kuta market on Saturdays. You will bring trouble to us all. Be warned, this girl. Hey, Fifi, Prosper chimed in with a wide eyes. Fifi, what if the whispers get you? There are no whispers, Prosper. Shut up. Fifi muttered. Don't test the spirit, Fifi. Mama Ijoma warned, but as the day stretched on, the thought of the unsold yams nagged at Fifi. It is just one rule, she told herself, and I will be careful. What if breaking the rule leads to riches or something worse? Stay to the end of the story to find out. That evening, with her family fast asleep, Fifi quietly gathered the yams and slipped out of the hut. The moon hung low, casting long shadows over the village. The market was mysteriously silent when she arrived. The store stood empty, their bright fabrics and wares gone, as if the market itself was holding its breath. Fifi set up a basket and began calling out softly, "Fresh yams! Buy your yams!" But no one came. The silence pressed in around her, and she began to regret her decision. Suddenly, she heard it, a faint whisper. Fifi! Her heart stopped. She spun around, but no one was there. Who is there? She called out. Her voice was trembling. Another whisper, closer this time. Leave! I said leave! Fifi grabbed her basket, ready to run, when she saw something move. A shadow darted between the stalls. Was it her imagination, or was something or someone watching her? Before she could fly, the shadow stopped in front of her. It wasn't just a shadow, it was a tall figure. Its face was hidden. What are you doing here? A deep voice asked. I just wanted to sell my yams, Fifi said. The figure shook its head. You broke the rule, and now the market will take its price. Suddenly, the stores around her came to life. Basket tipped over, fabric flew into the air, and a strong wind howled through the market. Fifi dropped her basket and ran, but the path to the village seems endless. Please, I am sorry, she screamed. The whisper grew louder, chanting her name until she collapsed in exhaustion. When Fifi woke up the next morning, she found herself in the center of the market, surrounded by villagers. Mama Ijoma held her tightly, tears streaming down her face. I warned you, Fifi. I warned you, oh, she cried out. The village elder Baba Eze looked at her gravely. Fifi, you are very lucky to be alive. Do you know why the market is forbidden on Saturdays? Fifi shook her head, unable to speak. Baba Eze signed. This market was built on sacred land. Long ago, the spirit allowed us to use it, but only if we left it undisturbed 1 day a week. Many years ago, greedy traders broke the rule, and the spirit took them all. Since then, the rule has been clear. Leave the market to the spirit on Saturdays. Fifi lowered her head. She couldn't speak at the moment because she was still in shock, and she never knew she could go and come back without dying. At that moment, she knew the gods were with her. You do now, Baba Eze said. Never forget, some rules are there to protect us, even if we don't understand them. It's nonsense, Ikem said, the village blacksmith. We have left that market to the spirit for decades. If they were truly spirits, why didn't they destroy her? Baba Eze, the elder, overheard them and spoke with a firm voice. The spirit spared her because she ran. If she had lingered, we might not be having this conversation. Do not question the rules, Ikem. Ikem crossed his arms and smiled. Maybe the spirits are not as powerful as we think. What if this is all story to keep us in line? Okay, we will run too when it happens to us, he said, laughing out loud. I don't think we should test it, Ngozi shivered. I will try and see how the spirit looks, so that I can come here to people and make a full description of how the spirit looks like. Fifi, walking past, overheard them. Her heart sank. She didn't want to be the reason the villagers doubted the spirit or broke the rule. Later that night, Ikem sat in his hut, staring at his decreased stockpile of iron tools. Business had been slow, and he was growing desperate. He muttered to himself, if there's really a treasure in that market, I could take it and become the richest man in Ukuta. The spirit didn't stop Fifi, so why would they stop me? I can just run too. He gathered a group of like-minded villagers, Obina, a hunter, and Ezenwa, a farmer. We are going to the market this Saturday, Ikem told them. The spirits are a lie, and we are going to prove it. If we find anything valuable, we will share it. But what about Baba Eze warning? Ezenwa asked hesitantly. Baba Eze is an old man stuck in the past. Don't you want to feed your family, or would you rather stay poor forever? Ikem said. After some hesitation, the two men agreed. Ikem's greed was about to awaken something dangerous that he could imagine. Would the spirits let them escape? On Friday evening, Fifi noticed Ikem and his group acting strangely. They whispered among themselves and avoided the elders. Suspicious, she followed them and overheard their plans. No, they can't go to the market, she thought. She rushed to Baba Eze's hut and blotted out the plan. Baba, Ikem and some others are planning to go to the market tomorrow. The elders' face darkened. Fools! They think they can shield the spirit without consequence. What can we do, Baba? Fifi asked. Baba Eze shook his head. The spirit guide the markets. If they go, we can only pray for their safety. No one can save them once they enter. Fifi clenched her fist. There must be something I can do to stop them. On Saturday's night, Ikem, Obina, and Ezewa crept into the market. Their footsteps silent against the dusty ground. The moonlight illuminated the empty stalls, casting mysterious shadows. See, nothing to fear, Ikem said smugly. But as they ventured deeper, the air grew colder. A faint drum beat began, echoing through the market. Ezenwa shivered. Do you hear that? Stop being a coward, Ikem snapped. It is just the wind. Suddenly, the drum beat stopped, and whispers filled the air. The stars seemed to shift, as if they were alive. Obina froze. Ikem, something is not right. Before they could leave, a low-backed echo behind them. They turned to see a shadow figure emerging from the darkness, its eyes glowing red. The figure spoke in a deep, thunderous voice. You have broken the sacred rule. Now you will face the consequences." The men screamed and tried to run, but the ground beneath them began to crumble. They fell into a pit of darkness, their cries fading as the market fell silent once more. The next morning, the villagers gathered at the market entrance, called there by the sound of distant drum beats. Fifi stood beside Baba Eze, trembling with fear. The stores were in disarray, and Ikem, Obina, and Ezewa were nowhere to be found. The only sign of their presence was a single iron tool left behind by Ikem. Baba Eze addressed the crowd. "Let this be a lesson to all of us. The spirit guard this market, not out of malice, but to protect us from our own greed. Respect their rules or face their punishments." The villagers murmured in agreement. Fear and respect etched into their faces. Mama Ijoma hugged Fifi tightly. "You see now, my daughter, some rules are not meant to be broken." Fifi nodded. Her heart was heavy with guilt for not doing more to stop Ikem. "I understand now, Mama." Baba Eze held up Ikem iron too. His face was grave. "We warned them," he said. His voice was trembling with anger and sorrow. "The market has taken its price. Let this be a lesson to all of us." The crowd murmured nervously. Ngozi, the spice trader, whispered to the woman next to her. "So they are really gone? Just like that? No bodies? No traces?" Prosper, hiding behind Fifi, "What if they are still in there? Maybe they are hiding." The villagers erupted into fearful chatter. Some villagers demanded answers, while others begged Baba Eze to perform a ritual to cleanse the market. "Quiet!" Baba Eze commanded. "This is not a matter to be solved by noise. The spirits have made their power known. The only way forward is to honor their rules. None of you will ever enter the market on a Saturday ever again." That night, Fifi couldn't sleep. She laid awake, staring at the thatched roof of their hut, replaying Ikem's snare and Ezenwa's hesitation in her mind. "It is my fault," she whispered to herself. Mama Ijoma, laying on the mat next to her, turned over. "What are you saying, Fifi? If I had tried harder to stop them, they might still be here." Mama Ijoma sighed. "You want them, Fifi. You did your part. Some people can only learn the hard way." "But Mama," Fifi sat up. Her voice was urgent. "What if they are trapped? What if they are not gone yet? What if they are still in the market and the spirits are waiting for us to save them?" Mama Ijoma shook her head. "That market is no place for human on Saturdays. Let it be, Fifi. Please, let it be." Dear viewers, respect traditions and the wisdom of elders, for they often exist to protect us from harm. Disobedience can lead to consequences. Please, if this is your first time of coming across our YouTube channel, kindly like, share with family and friends, and do not forget to subscribe. Thank you.